What's going on, guys? So the FIA season is finally here. This is the real thing. And yes, I'm going to be back streaming again, and I'll be making videos again. So I feel really good to do this. I did participate yesterday, and this is the FIA manufacturer event. So I'm probably going to partake in Nations as well. I only had time for one event yesterday. Usually, if it's a weekday schedule, I can only make one event. That's how it's always been for FIA. But I am going to try to do Nations as well. But anyway, this is manufacturers. Qualifying, AMS Zenit. A lot of AMS guys in this room. Some in the back too. You'll see them later. There's like 4 or 5 AMS people in here. So AMS Zenit, he qualified first. Turismo Lester, really fast guy. He was in here, second place. Jethro King qualified third. We're just going to call him King for simplicity. And myself choosing Mitsubishi. Now a lot of you guys are probably like, what? Why did Z28 choose Mitsubishi for his manufacturer? Well, the thing is, you know, I've never driven the Group 3 Mitsubishi, and then I drove it the other day, and I was like, man, this thing's pretty stable, and it just had a little twinkle in its eye, the twinkle in the headlight, and I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be a good relationship. So I just picked Mitsubishi, doing something different. It felt good, it felt stable, and I just wanted to give it a shot. So AMS Oasis is in 5th place. So let's go ahead and get this race started. All right, here we go. Already off the bat, you can see that Turismo Lester is already making a move on AMS Zenit. Take a look at this. Already swings by and makes that first pass. Look at this. Insane first pass. We already have a pass off the first turn. A little bit of bumping there. Now you can see me right behind them, and I'm being very patient here. So now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, these guys are a little bit aggressive. I kind of want to take it easy. I don't really want to, rush myself. Let me just keep pace and let's see what's going on. Now, just so you guys know, both AMS Zenit, who's in second place right there in the Beetle, and then in third place, King, they both have a penalty right now. Turismo Lester does not have a penalty, and I do not have a penalty either. So I'm keeping pace at this point, just maybe feeling it out, seeing if there's going to be some type of mistake or something like that, because you can see how tight this racing is, and I know a lot of people are going to be anxious here. So at this point, I know, hey, I can keep pace, I can get second place locked in, as long as I can just stay consistent, because they're going to have to burn those penalties at some point during this race. Okay, we're still in the first lap here. Look at this. Look how tight this racing is here. Look how close he is. Oh, right there, real close. A little bit of a tap. That's probably another penalty right there, to be honest with you. Looking from my view, I'm watching this back and forth racing, and you see him put the hazards on right there to show a little bit of respect to Zenit. And I'm thinking that Zenit's going to go for this. So right there, look at that. Going for this. I mean, just back and forth passing. And I'm just sitting back watching the show. Hey, not going to be a part of this. And keep in mind, they have 2 penalties. In my mind, I'm thinking that these penalties are stacking over and over again. A little mistake right there by King, which allows me to go by. All right, going on the 3rd lap here. Still Turismo Lester. It's a pretty comfortable lead there. Second place, Zenit. I'm not making a move, but look behind me. You can see that King really wants that second place back. Now, I know, in my mind here, I know that Zenit must be conserving fuel because the pace doesn't seem quick enough, and King has really gained on us already. So I'm still doing what I can and keeping up, not trying to do anything crazy, because like I said, I know the person in second and in third place have a penalty right now. You can see right here, King wanted to make his move, focusing on him. He is really on top of me here, and he wants that 3rd place. So going in his view, you can see how close he is and how much he's won this pass. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be any point where he's going to want to steal my inside, or something is going to be happening. Okay, take a look at this. Going on lap 4 here, we're in King's view. Now take a look at this. He goes for that pass right there, and I was like, whoa. And I want you to see what I did here. Okay, so from my view right here, I don't think he's going to go for this, and then I see him right there. I'm like, whoa, he's actually going to go. So I braked and just let him by, because like I said, this guy's already got a penalty, so I don't want us to cause like an accident, him flying by. I'm like, hey, be my guest, go ahead, use your speed, I'll take the slipstream, and then, you guys can battle out the penalties. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this. Now, from my perspective, when I was looking at this and I was watching Zenit go over here, you see that cut right there? I saw that from my view, that cut. I'm thinking to myself, how are these guys cutting right there without getting a penalty. So, and keep in mind, they already have penalties flashing over their head. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if you make that kind of cut, that's got to be an accumulation of maybe like another second or something like that. So in my mind, you got to keep in mind, I'm thinking that this stuff is just adding up more and more and more. Nice job by King right here, putting a lot of pressure on Zenit. Look at this, nice and smooth. This is lap 5. Oop, little mistake, but he recovers. Nice job. Going back to the outside view, this is really close. Second, third, and fourth place. Still following. King doing a nice job. Zenit doing a nice job maintaining his second position. Goes a little bit wide there. Going to take a look at King right here. He's right on top, and you can see right there that Zenit goes wide. Let's go back on that. All right, so this is what happened. Here's Zenit right here, and it just seems like he kind of overshoots it, the understeer, and goes a little bit wide, and that kills him there. It looks like King is now in second place, and I'm right behind him in third. So we're going to be going for pit soon, so I'm trying to stay as close as I possibly can, so this way during pit, I can be in a better position. Now, Zenit really isn't that far behind for making that mistake. You can see that he's still traveling pretty close after making that. You see, we're still right there. So he did mess up. He lost second position, but he still is in this, and he's still relatively close. All right, so now this is lap 6. Now I'm right on top of King here. I'm trying to stay as close as I possibly can. I did not intend on going for this pass. I wanted him to think that maybe I was, but hey, don't want it to be risky. We only have, this is going to be our pit lap. So right there, he gets a little sideways. Okay, good defense trying to come back in the inside. He really is squirrely, so I know that his tires are giving out here. And I know he's pushing pretty hard right now. So I'm thinking in my mind, he's probably burning a lot of fuel because he really does seem to be pushing it through these turns. Turismo Leicester's probably about a second and a half ahead. You can see him right above there. He's probably about 1.5 seconds ahead if I had to guess on King right now. And I'm right behind King. So just trying to stay close. You can see Turismo Leicester right there in first. I'm trying to grab that inside, trying to milk this slipstream on King. And Zenit's still right there. If you pay attention, Zenit is still in this. He's not far away at all. Okay, here we go, coming down this last straight. I have this slipstream right here. There's Turismo Leicester right up there. And I know this is pit, so I'm not going to go for this. Now I'm thinking, it's like I could probably go right here and go for this, but you know what? It's going to end up being hectic. He does have a penalty. Remember, no reason for me to push this here. Just got to be calm, wait for the pit, let's see what happens. Okay, so out of pit, pay attention here. I actually make my pass on Turismo Leicester and everybody else out of pit due to fuel strategy. Now I know that Turismo Leicester was pretty aggressive at the beginning. See a little bit of a bump there. And I remember that from Zenit at the very beginning. Remember the very beginning of the race, he went in and just passed Zenit on that turn right away. So I know that he's going to be knocking on my door trying to pass as soon as he possibly can in that Viper. So on the 6th lap here, you can see how close Leicester is following behind me here. Really trying to push me to make a mistake. Leicester's still right behind me here. Look at this. I'm trying to defend. I'm trying to defend right here on this outside. Now look, Leicester's going to go for this. He's right there coming on that outside. I'm blocking the inside line here. Let's see what's going to happen. You see him try to go for it. I stay with my inside line. Great stuff. He has to yield and let me go. So now we're going on the straight. Now I'm scared here because I know that the top end on that Viper is definitely going to be quicker than this Mitsubishi. So I'm trying to do what I can. And that Viper is knocking on the door. Look at the speed that he has. And right there, when I saw this, I yield. You see me brake. I let him go by. Because that could have been a huge issue. Now, this is a problem. I want you to watch this here. Look at all the people in the back. This is where it gets interesting. You see that? You see how he's going through him? You see this? So Zenit just went through Turismo Leicester. Now, this is interesting. So I saw this from my perspective, okay? Let's go back here. Okay, so now we're going back and take a look at this. I'm noticing that this guy right here, look, he's also kind of going through me a little bit. So not only did Zenit go through Turismo Leicester, it also appeared that King went through me. So in my mind, I'm really confused right now. I don't know if I can touch people. I don't know if the game's glitched. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know, I noticed a consistency where the people with penalties seem to be going through. You see that? Like him kind of going through him a little bit. I think if you have a penalty, look at this. And this guy has a penalty also. I started thinking that, wait a second, if you have a penalty in FIA, maybe you go through people, because I saw this with Turismo Leicester, I started seeing it with other people. It's like, what's going on here? So maybe if you don't burn your penalty until it's burned, you're going to go through people that don't have a penalty. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, and I am getting so distracted right now because I'm literally one with Hyundai. We are one together. If you're watching this, like, it is so confusing, and it really was messing me up, to be honest. So I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's something that they're implementing, but to be honest, I do like that idea. All right, so lap 8, we're on lap 9 now. Now this is lap 9. Now, you notice what happened earlier when Leicester took that pass on me when I let him go. That was actually a bad idea. I really should have defended that line because that's what put me back in this position. So since I did that, that whole crowd came and it slowed us up because I had to slow down and let him go by. Now I'm in 4th place, kind of back where I was in the beginning. Lap 9, fantastic racing once again by King and Zenit. I mean, look how close these guys are. They've really been battling it out the entire race. And Leicester's right there. So now the difference between the first 6 laps and these final laps is that Leicester is actually in this. He's still close. All of us are together. Now this top 4 is all pretty close. It's anyone's race at this point. Take a look here. This is King. Want to make his move here. Very clean. No bump. Nice job staying close. Now you can see in the back right there, I just spun. I made my mistake. I did spin a little bit coming out of that exit, and that's caused them to be pretty far away. Let's go back and see what I did. Okay, so this is what happened. See, I hit the gas a little bit too early and spun sideways, and that really did kill me on time, but it's very interesting what you're about to see here. Okay, so we're on King's view here, and pay attention to this. So I made that mistake, and you're going to see what he does here. See him braking? He's burning a penalty off. Now in doing so and bringing that penalty, look, messes up his turn and overshoots it because he was burning the penalty. All right, now before we continue, I want you to pay attention a little bit more with this ghosting thing that's going on. Now look, he's not ghosted right there. Right there, you can see it, that at that particular moment, he's still ghosted through that player. So I'm almost 100% certain that the people that have penalties are going through the other players until they haven't burnt the penalty. You just saw him go through that guy right there. We'll watch this again because I do want you guys to kind of know this because it's important for us to know if this is something that's going to be going on during the FIA. Let's pay attention. Right there, you see it. You can see this happening, and since obviously this guy doesn't know, it messes him up a little bit because he thinks that he's actually going to be getting hit, but in reality, since he has a penalty, he is ghosted. So just keep that in mind, guys, and let me know if this has happened to you in FIA, because I actually am kind of curious on what's going on with this. Okay, lap 10. Now look at Zenit giving Turismo Leicester a ton of pressure. Now since it's lap 10, I know I'm like, okay, it's game time. I need to catch them because they created a little bit of distance because of the battling that was going on earlier, my little mistake. So they're battling, now I'm starting to push and I need to catch these guys. And take a look at that Beetle right there, cute as a button in 2nd place. 3rd right there, there's the Eagle. I'm starting to make my comeback here and I'm taking it easy, I'm not pushing too hard. I'm seeing if this battling going on is going to cause any type of mistake, but we have a little bit of distance from 4th now. All right, lap 11. It's coming down to the wire now. We only have one more lap after this, and I'm starting to catch Zenit for 2nd place right now, and Zenit is also catching Leicester, so it's getting very, very interesting at this point. Going into my view, you can see right here, I'm right back into it, and I'm really close on that slipstream. Okay, still lap 11. You can see how close this is getting here. Leicester's starting to pull away slightly. He is pulling away a little bit. I'm right behind Zenit, and I'm thinking about when I'm going to make my move. My idea was to try to do it on the straights. I want to make it clean, because keep in mind, Zenit still does have a penalty, and I see that. It's been flashing the whole time, so I know that I have 2nd place locked in at the moment, so no reason to be aggressive. I didn't know how he was going to do this. I didn't know if he was going to let me go by. So right now, we're still trying to feel out the situation. Okay, now, so lap 11, pay attention to this. Do you see that blinker? I didn't really see that because you can't really see it very well, but he was actually letting me by. You see that? I saw it at the last minute and I didn't feel comfortable, so that's why he slowed down right there. It just I wasn't coming up fast enough. I didn't want to mess anything up, so that's why I didn't take the pass right there. But you know, thank you to AMS right here, to Zenit, by you know, letting me by. You see his turn signal now, and I noticed it right away. I'm like, oh, okay, he's letting me go by. He's got a penalty. He's being cool right now. So I took the slipstream, going around him right here. I knew he was going to yield. Awesome job by him, letting me know what's going on. So I took the pass nice and clean. He lets me go right by. Final lap right now, and I'm like, okay, let's go. I have to see what I can do. Turismo Leicester in first, and I'm trying to push. You can see me right there. I'm starting to drive quicker and trying to put all the pressure I possibly can on Turismo Leicester for this final lap. Still tight racing going on. Final lap. Look how close they are. I'm really starting to get close to Leicester. Now look at this here. You see this, and it looks like Leicester spins out right there. Now let's go back on this. This is something that we need to look at here. So if you look at this view, okay, take a look here. I'm cutting on this inside, and then you see him right there, and it looks like he spins out by giving a little bit too much gas and gets sideways. And then when he does that, his car will ghost and goes through mine, right? Now, let's go back and let's look at this from my perspective. So my perspective is, what I'm doing here, I'm braking and trying to cut this inside because I did notice that Leicester was going wide a little bit on this turn, probably due to the understeer with that Viper. So I braked slightly later to cut in right here. You see how I kind of whipped the Lancer around. And I did that so I could get in really smooth right here. And I'm really tightening this inside, and he spins out. There's no contact on my end. So watch this. Boom, he starts sliding right there. No touch, right? So we're going to look at it from this angle. Now, I'm doing this for a reason. Let me explain to you guys why. So right here, come the inside to grab that inside, and it just seems like he spins out. Now, Leicester messaged me after, and he said no penalty. And I'm wondering if somehow in his view, he thinks that I hit him or there was contact or something like that. And there has been an issue, and I want all you guys to know this that are watching this video. There has been an issue I've seen a long time ago where in some people's view, it appears different than other people's view. And that could have been a situation here where it like appeared that I hit him or something like that. But in reality, I didn't. I don't know if that was a lag issue or maybe he really did spin out. Maybe that's not what he meant. But I just wanted this to be pointed out and show all angles of this turn to ensure that it just looked like a spin out from my end. Okay, so now I made that pass since that incident. And here's Zenit following right behind me in second place. Now I know that at this moment, okay, hey, Zenit's got a penalty, just got to be clean and smooth, and we can get first place for this. So fortunately, it looks like even with that spin, Turismo Leicester is still in third place here. Now keep in mind he's in third and Zenit has a penalty, he can still pull second place. All right, coming out of the final lap here, it looks like I'm going to get first place with Mitsubishi, and second is going to end up being Turismo Leicester with Dodge. So great job by him, still sticking with it with that little bit of a spin. And third goes to Pure Cry. So awesome stuff. Great racing with these guys. It was really good racing with AMS. I haven't raced with them before. It's a pretty good team. And they actually end up coming in the back, though. Zenit ended up getting 7th place with that Beetle, probably because it was 10 seconds accumulated worth of penalties. So that is unfortunate. That does stink. But anyway, it was really good racing, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. And I'll be streaming again soon. So I've decided that, you know, it's nice doing these videos. I do enjoy this, and I do kind of miss coming on the streams and talking to everybody. And, you know, I know there's going to be like some negative every now and then, but this is just fun. It is genuine fun for me to do. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.